about to start. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of No Conduct Radio. Today we are answering your relationship questions, and we're answering the questions of, can a woman really trap a man? Is that really a real thing? Really real? Really real? We're also going to see if a man can trap a woman. So that's what we're going to discuss tonight. Also, it's just me and BJ. Everybody abandoned us. Char is doing her jet-setting thing, and Logic's sick. Wish him well. So BJ, what's going on? It's just me and you tonight, man.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. Getting our allergies, but I'm exhausted. Exhausting day. Oh, God, what a day. Yeah, I'm here.
Man, everybody's allergies are just messing them up.
Yeah.
I take 2 different allergy medicines, so that's why I'm okay. But if I just took the one, I'd still be messed up. Oh, no. I couldn't. There'd be no way. I wouldn't be able to even keep my eyes open to drive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just saw a question asked, and it just made me, really...
Oh.
I saw a question, and it just made me speechless for a second. Do you want to know what the question was?
Yeah, what's the question?
It says, why are there black people in the world?
Oh, my God, really?
That's what the question was, and I just got speechless for a second.
And it gives the answer back. Why are there human beings on Earth? That's all. To leave it at that.
Right? What kind of question is that?
That's crazy. It's ignorant people. That's just ignorance. Ignorant person, not people. Ignorant person. That's ridiculous. Tell you.
I really have to.
It's probably a person that's want to throw a question I did a spark to see where our minds are, as far as if we're going to get offended or just stoop to their level. Nah, I wouldn't, but it's not me. I'm thinking somebody has said something like that to me, a question, and it could be a white person, anybody, any race, whatever. And I would say, well, why are there human beings on Earth? Put it that way, and just walk away with that. If you can answer that question, then I'll say, okay. Because I don't go down to their level. That's what they want you to do.
I have to, when we're finished the radio show here, I got to click on that article. Because it wasn't a question from our guest or anything. It was an article. I just got in. I just literally got in and immediately got on the computer and started the radio show. So I haven't even had a no, not from one of our listeners, because we would bring that person on air so he could ask that and we could answer.
Yeah, I was like, don't be scared. Don't be scared to hide behind.
Yeah, don't be scared
or whatever.
Don't
hide
be
behind
scared.
Your statement. Yeah. Right.
For real. A lot of people can say a lot of whatever they want. A lot of people say whatever they want because the internet. You know what I'm saying? And I have to teach my daughter that, if somebody's making fun of you on the internet, don't even bother with it, because they won't say this stuff to your face. I tell her that all the time. I said, half these people, they'll say stuff on the internet, they will not say it to your face. They're too scared.
Yeah,
and if they do say it to your face, it's because they've never been in a fight before.
Right. It's like a bully has to be around all his friends or her friends to give them that push. Like, go ahead, you do it, you do it. So that kind of, if they were by themselves, they wouldn't bully you, It's just like you were one-on-one with that person, and they wouldn't say anything, they walk away. But when they with their friends, they give them that encouragement, their friends encourage them to go ahead and bully him or whatever. Yeah, so that's why I think I tell my daughter, it's just ignore, unless they put their hands on you, it's a different story. But words cannot hurt you. Just, if that's the case, you can never leave the house. Not even that. Whatever. You can never leave the house. Just got to keep going. Because my daughter goes through stuff like that, as far as shaming, whatever. Just the kids today.
My daughter said some little boy was talking smack about me. And I said, what did you do? She said,
about you.
"How do you don't even know?" Yeah. She goes, "You don't even know my mom. How can you say anything about her?" So she didn't let it phase her. She said, "If you want to talk about my mom, she's right in the house. Go knock on the door and talk about her to her face." That's what my daughter said.
That's crazy. Like the kid met you or something. That's, oh my God! I tell you, I don't know. This generation is just man. Yes, they're one to watch.
Well, my thing is, the funny thing is because the boy got mad that my friend and her friend wouldn't play with him, so he just started just being really disrespectful. So I was like, man, he's going to be one of those men who grow up and he tries to holler at a woman and she says no thank you and he punches her in the face or something.
Right.
He's not going to be able to deal with rejection.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And that's the parents' fault.
Saying that, it's just like the guy that the boy that the shot that girl in that closet. Well, what school was it? Just a while recently.
Wait, what happened?
You know that boy that went to school shooting had a shotgun and a hand revolver from his dad's gun cabinet or whatever. I think that was I don't know if it was Texas or whatever. I think it was Texas maybe. And he went in the class or art class whatever. And the girl that turned him down because he wanted to date or whatever, and she said no, she don't like him that way. So he probably did it a couple of times, but then he was the first person he shot when he came to the school shooting whatever in that room. I think it was a 9/11. 9 people killed, whatever else. I forgot what number it was. Yeah, it's crazy. And it's just because you said about rejection part, if somebody go up to the guy and saying the woman said no, he get rejection. Yeah, I just thought of that story that was on the news a couple of days ago, that school shooting. Yeah, and that girl got shot first because she turned him down. Probably going out with him. That's crazy. Yeah,
that is crazy. And that's the thing about, I guess, this new group of children. They're not really taught how to deal with rejection, because like in sports, everybody wins. You know what I'm saying? You're not allowed to be bullied in school. Like I didn't even think about this, but I think, was it Kevin Hart, comedian? He had a point. You need bullies. Why do you need bullies? Because it teaches you about life. It teaches you how to deal with life.
That was Kevin Hart. Yeah, I think it was Kevin Hart.
So boys can't fight in school anymore. Boys can't fight in school anymore. Fighting will automatically get you in jail. What were you going to say? Well, what?
Well, you know about the bullies? We need bullies. No, we don't.
I mean, obviously there's to an extent, but yes, you do need to learn how to deal with somebody who doesn't agree with you. Because not everybody in this world is going to agree with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's going to be bullies in the workforce. You need to know how to deal with that. There's going to be bullies throughout life, period. You need to know how to deal with that. Now, if it's gotten to, the point where this crazy bully, like they're beating you up every day for lunch money and all this, no, I'm not talking about that. But you should be...
Yeah, that's what beat up one day.
But yes, you do need to know how to deal with people who don't agree with you. You need to understand that everybody in life is not going to agree with you.
Oh yeah.
But they're not letting them experience that anymore in life. That's what I'm saying.
Because if they do that now, see what happens. It's just like it goes to violence. It just you see all this. Yeah, it goes to violence. Either they get hurt in the long run. The kids that can't take rejection. They just snap whatever, and it goes to violence. It's just not like when I was growing up or you whatever. It's not like that. We had like school bullies, like you said, like after school whatever, just taking lunch or whatever, dumb stuff. It wasn't like this kind of bully now. It was nowhere like this bully now. Well, I can say she was fat, overweight, whatever. Maybe that was back in the day, but now it's escalated to more than just that. Taking lunch money, all that kind of stuff. It's just crazy. It's just like you said, the internet, whatever, internet bullying, all that stuff. So it's way out of hand. So but you say they need it. Well, in a way, that's true too, but not to the extent that they can get just snapping and just go to the school just shooting everybody or whatever, stabbing, whatever. You don't always have to have guns to be violent because like I said, they try to.
I don't know what it is with this. I don't know what it is with this new school shooting thing. I don't understand the appeal of it, like why these children are doing this.
You know what I'm saying? They try to get teachers to have guns in school too to protect themselves. But then again, that's still see the person saying, okay, the kids can have guns in school, whatever, but you got to have teachers bring guns. So what? Or the kids can have guns in school, go shoot in school, whatever. But to protect the teacher can carry guns. And they trying to do that, which is crazy because that's just don't make no sense. Well, you just tell you can shoot a teacher, you can shoot a student, or they're supposed to be protecting themselves. But no, the thing is we don't have enough officers to guard the schools, whatever. That's kind of crazy too, because it's like be a military state in that way of guarding one school, all these schools in this area, whatever. You don't have enough cops for that, even private security. But still, taxpayer money, we could do it. Whatever. It's crazy.
In this case, I agree with Logic. His whole thing is we just need stricter, and I don't want to say stricter gun laws because his thing is more we need stricter. What do you call it? Like when you are, I can't think of what I'm trying to say. When you're trying to figure out if this person can get a gun or not, we need stricter laws in that aspect. Give them psychology, background checks. We need to give them psychology tests and all of that stuff. Like, how are they going to use this gun? Is it actually used for protection, or are they about to go shoot up a school? So I agree. Psychology tests should be taken. It should take longer to get a gun permit or a gun license. It shouldn't just be like, hey, I don't even know what's necessary for you to get a gun right now. I don't know what's necessary to get a license. How can you get a license? Like, what do you have to go through? You don't know?
No, I don't.
Yeah, Logic will know, but apparently it's very easy.
But it's still a background check, though. It's still a background check. I don't know. I know if you have. I think you have in Pennsylvania. I don't know about other states. If you have domestic violent case against you, they deny your gun. I think that's on the background thing or whatever.
But that's it.
To get a gun. No, it's more than that. I understand that if that's it's one of the red flags, you can't get a gun. I think domestic violence, anything like that. That's one. I think they deny you from a gun. But the rest I don't know, so I'm not too clear with that. But the thing is, you get that. The gun laws and stuff like that, the background check. So what they're going to do? How you going to do the ones that the people they get like off their meds, and they want to go crazy and just grab a knife and start stabbing people, or just use a vehicle to ride down the road like they did in New York and just hit all the bicyclists, whatever, on that street. So you're not just the guns. The guns is one part of it, but how can you do a background check on the crazies? I call them crazy. I don't like to use the word crazy, but the ones that's off their meds, whatever. Or mentally unstable, put it that way.
Unstable?
How you going to do that? Yeah, but, and you know what they call them crazy. That's what they say, but why they go,
But, like, if you do like a mental health check when you're doing the permit for guns or the registration for guns. That's what I was saying. They should do that. They should do that for people anybody getting guns. That includes cops, people going in the military. They're not going to do that because that means, you know how many people wouldn't be able to be a cop or anything? You know how many people?
Yeah, I know. That's true. Honestly, that's true. I mean, that should be on the psychological background check. But they do all that kind of stuff in the FBI check. You got, you get the FBI, you got the CIA, you got to have a psychological background check. So they're the same ones, but you say that they're not really same because they are doing stuff that's illegal, but it's legal to them, but it's illegal to us. So, CIA, FBI, but they take this the psychological background check. But police don't. I don't know. Do police do? I think police do. I think. Maybe I don't know. I'm not sure, but for the other stuff, not. But you need that though, because
I don't. Do they do I'm gonna look that up. Do they do psychological tests to become a cop?
Or military? I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure.
The military, I can tell you definitely they don't.
That's the main thing. It's all psychology. Because you don't never know. Everybody has a different trigger, And so you say, well, I can't never think I'm gonna kill somebody. All of a sudden, you get, into that state, whatever, you could be depressed or your life going down the drain, something, your wife left, any wife left you, kids, whatever. And you have that trigger and you never know you're out there, you don't go crazy with a knife or whatever, bomb, homemade bomb that you can find on the internet to make on the black web. Or get a gun to shoot up something, it's crazy. Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know what the black web is.
Yeah,
I hear about it in movies, and I'm too scared to look it up.
It's real. It's real because, and then you have, and the black, my father called those black market web, whatever. But it's real. It's a real thing. But the only thing is, you don't know if that's a DEA agent on the other end that you want to buy. Buy stuff like, I don't know, drugs or all kinds of stuff. But then you get caught that way too. But it is a true black market internet that you can get all kinds of crazy stuff. But you got to know who on the other end that you're trying to buy stuff for. They can be setting you up. Okay, that's busted. You want some dynamite or something. Whatever. It's just crazy. But the government, trust me, they on that site too to see who's gonna do what, and they want to get
of course. Trying to see who's on there.
But the first time they wasn't on it in the beginning. No, now they're on there. But in a couple of years ago, they wasn't on it. They just figured the black web. But now they're on there, so they know. I guess after since 9/11, or whatever, I think before that too, whatever, they started doing the holding the black web. Because you got these homemade pressure bombs, stuff like that. How you make them. It's off the website. You get that. Yeah, how you make a bomb is, or that anthrax scare. Sending stuff through the mail. Or even sending bombs through the mail. Everybody's getting over
Yeah. Weren't they doing that? They were doing that in Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia. Yeah.
Somebody was doing that, targeting black people and Latinos. I think. How many people did they kill? Like 3-4 people or something like that? Maybe more.
Yeah, something like that. That was crazy. And they homemade bombs. And I'm saying, how do how do the post office scan that stuff? I don't know. Maybe it's undetectable. I don't know. But it's, who knows? I don't know about homemade bombs. It's crazy. And you open up one day, so you got a package, boom. You just like, what? It's a dud.
Well, I mean, do they even put your packages through like a scanner or anything? Like do they X-ray your packages?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Do they X-ray your packages? I know they ask you.
I know that customs they do. They do that. But I don't know about the post office. Because you send
they just ask you, is there anything explosive in there, and that's about it. That's all they ask you, but I don't know if they scan it.
They ask you that? All I get is it anything perishable or
they say perishable. What is
toxic,
it?
Toxic,
perishable
or toxic.
I can't remember.
Now somebody asks you, they ask you anything that's explosive, and he already knows a bomb. Of course you're gonna say no. So come on. Because yes, it's explosive items.
Yeah, but my thing is like, oh my God, he was so telling a lie. Like, why don't you scan it to see what's in there?
I know. I mean,
that's
I don't
my
know
thing.
Nobody's
gonna say, oh yeah, I do have something, that shouldn't be in there, and nobody's gonna say that.
I know I'm gonna say that. I know. I mean, who asked you? No. I mean, yeah, that's crazy. Oh, batteries like that. I mean, they don't let you ship batteries nowhere. That's craries. Because I guess batteries can explode or stuff and get overheated. You can't bring batteries on a plane.
Oh my God,
yeah.
That's why you can't bring batteries. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, because you can, you can make them. I guess explosive items. Because anything exploding on a plane can be damaging to a plane, right? That's why.
But.
What?
No. I was saying I didn't know if batteries, and I may be just stupid here,
but
I really didn't know if they get overheated, they explode.
No, especially if you got them in cargo, and batteries get overheated. Yeah, you never.
Wow.
Growing up, or whatever, you never got to the science, the experimental thing, like you make a battery explode. You never did that. I think you put or the wires, some kind of wires you just put them together and they explode. You never saw that. You never did that, like. Science class, not even science class. Yeah, science class too. I mean, they do like the bottle rocket thing, put the boric acid or something, the vinegar and stuff, and make it like a the explosion like a volcano thing out of a plastic bottle, anything like that. You never did a kind of science experience like that?
I mean, I did a volcano, but I did a volcano and I did the Pepsi in the bottle, but that's baking soda and I didn't think batteries though.
But the battery do explode. Yeah, I mean that's why you see the cell phones. What happens with cell phone, right? They get overheated, right? So they're like thin batteries. So there you go. Remember that thing they had a few months back about the cell phone? Just catch it on fire, poof! Like imagine you talking on the phone and your cell phone just automatically burst in the flame. You seen it on had on the news of the I think it's the iPhone. I don't know what phone it was, but it's still batteries explode. You charge them on the wall. You wake up your house. Your room's on fire. Your chair on fire. You ever seen that? A couple months back, the stories.
No, can't say that I remember that.
The battery exploded on the cell phone. Wow. Okay. Well, I know some of our listeners. They heard the story. Okay, Kai. All right. Okay.
Look. First of all, what you have to understand about me is I don't really watch the news.
I try to catch it these 3 times a week just to know either CNN or whatever, my local, Fox, whatever, just to see what's going on. Because hey, every time I turn around, somebody either getting shot or like, hey, it's funny they get shot and stuff and killed, and it's so like almost like in the vicinity, like a 3 or 4 mile vicinity. I was like, dang, that's right around. I was like, this is weird, but yeah. And you probably said, on that block like a couple days ago, and yeah. But yeah,
if I haven't heard about it from someone or like actually gone online to just look at the news sites to see what's going on real quick, I have no idea what's going on.
You get the quick news feeds, okay. Okay, well, did you hear anything about
that? Yeah, because what happened was after my daughter was born, the news really stressed me out because it was like, every time I heard the news, it was like somebody molesting their freaking newborn infant or somebody killing their child or, somebody breaking into somebody's house and raping. And I couldn't calm down. I was too just wired. I couldn't sleep. So I stopped watching the news. I just stopped watching the news. I can't deal with it. There was always something bad in the world going on, and I'm like, I brought my child into this world. And so I had to stop watching the news because I just couldn't calm down.
Well, before you brought your child in the world, the world was it like all
but see, you look at things differently. You look at things differently when you don't have a kid to worry about. So yeah, first of all,
Okay, how do you look at things differently? And I ain't saying now you had a plan, Percy. What I don't know if you did or you did not. So if you look at things differently, so it was still the same things. So when you was 9 months, or 6 months down the line, you would think, wow, I'm bringing a kid into the world. And before you even had the baby, it was, forming in your belly. You didn't get depressed then? Or you had that kind of depression? As far as news, stuff like that?
I didn't really watch the news when I was pregnant. I don't know why. I just really, I know why. I know why. I was really watching, no. When I was pregnant, I did. I used to. When I was pregnant, I didn't watch the news because I was too busy watching. I would always have it on, I think it was TLC, and there was always like a baby story playing. So I used to watch that on, I used to watch every episode of that. And I would read the baby books and, shut up. And I would read the baby books and stuff like that.
So did anything work in those baby books when you was pregnant? Did anything that you used? Like, I might use that. So those.
No.
What?
I wasn't one of those people like, oh my gosh, she's using this. I need to get a car, not a car seat. What do you call those things?
Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't get anything that was. I think the most thing that I got that was unnecessary was a wipe warmer. That's really it. But my daughter didn't have a wipe warmer. It's something you put the wipes in for it to warm up. I think that's the most unnecessary thing that I got. She didn't have a high chair. She sat on the floor. She sat on the floor with a blanket.
A wipe warmer.
What?
Okay, no, that's nothing. I'm thinking of something. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't.
Warm cloth to wipe your butt. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because come on, that stuff is really, really cold, especially at night when you don't want them to wake up. You put a warm cloth on their butt. But
you know those magazines. Even what?
No, I was gonna say, but even so, I didn't even use wipes that much. I just washed her each and every time she needed to be changed. I washed her, really.
Okay. But those magazines, I always said when I was with my ex, I always say, you know what? Those books, she used to get parent, whatever they call it, she used to get them each month. They pile up. I said, those books are actually trying to tell you how to raise your child, and then giving you ideas of how to raise your child. So why read a book and you go see your mom raised you, whatever. I told you, your mom raised you. So why go to a book try to get advice for your book? Then your mom raised you, and your sisters that have babies or whatever. Why go to a book and let somebody, an editor or whatever, write a story that you should raise your child this way? They should eat this. and try to eat this, the vegetables, whatever. And all those books, even just like GQ, whatever, the men's magazine, whatever, men's health. Well, you just why? Why read them? It's just like telling you.
No, see those books.
Crazy.
I didn't. I never bought those books. What I bought was oh man, there's a baby book that I bought, but the book that I bought is basically describing every stage of your pregnancy. That's what I had.
Okay.
That's the only baby book I had.
Okay. All right. I understand that. But yeah, now the magazine is
yeah,
saying,
but how to raise your kid? No.
Okay. Because that's all those other books were for. I mean, the ones that how you have no clue being a mother how to raise your kid. I mean, but your mother raised you. I never understand those parents.
No, but okay, no, because see, I don't raise my kid the way my mom raised me.
Okay, well,
so
I say
it's kind of like you're going from scratch. If you don't want to raise your child the way your parents raised you, then you're doing it from scratch, and you're kind of I don't even know how to explain it. You're not trying to do what was done to you, so you're basically,
right.
So you're coming from a blank slate, and the only thing you have in your mind of how to raise kids is from your parents. So what are you gonna do? I mean, her thing was to look into baby books, but personally, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna have somebody who wrote a book tell me how to raise my kid, because every child is different.
Right.
But in certain aspects, I looked. What I did was, in certain aspects, I looked at different families that I liked how their children grew up, like how they came out, how they turned out as adults.
So
and I looked at those different families and still aspects from my family, and I kind of combined that all. So that's how I did it. But maybe your wife didn't, or your ex-wife didn't feel like she had any positive role models at all in her life.
That's true too. That's true. But I'm thinking, even we both was parents, so she had a way to, she was being parenting our children. I was different because of different families came from parents. I was raised, then my mother gave me most of the affection than my dad. So you figure when I had my sons, right? My sons. My dad, up to this day, never said, "Oh yeah, I love you, son," or "Oh, give me a hug," like those kind of dads. But I said to myself, you know what? How I'm gonna raise my sons? They get hugs, I hug them. I tell them I love them, kiss them on the forehead, whatever. And just like far as if you say, if you grew up, your mom and dad chastise you from beating you, the punishment beating you, whatever, spankings, I call it spankings, call it beatings, whatever. And then I raise my kids. I think, okay, I'm not gonna. Put them on capital punishment, beat them and go to bed, get a belt, do whatever, shoot, whatever, because that's how I was kind of raised. But that was that kind of punishment, But my kids, I said no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna try. I think out of the years that all my kids, I think I just beat. You only got to beat them from me, spanking the girls, But it wasn't right. It's like I hit my girls 3 times, probably a piece. That's how they were surprised that daddy hit them. Oh my God, crying. My son, I had to hit him up a couple of times because he wanted to, smell himself. Got that age of 14, 15. Okay, you think, man, I dealt with that. So it's like my dad never did. Well, my dad hit me up one time, but I was 16. But hey, it is what it is. And I was like, damn. But then he could hit me up, but he could say, oh, Bernie, I love you, and give me a hug. Never that. So I had to rethink whole parenting. Just like you said about the parenting, how you was raised. You didn't, as far as raising a child, you had to think back the way you going to chastise your child. How you going to raise them, but, you had to look back. But you still got to look back at your parents and take the good from your parents, how they raised you, bits and pieces. If it was all good, but it had to be some kind of good, because I don't think somebody could raise you or whoever and say, okay, you know what, I'm going to raise my child differently because they raised me differently. Saying the bad parts, take some of the good parts, right?
Well,
now,
that's what I'm saying. I did. Right. I did take the good parts, yeah.
Okay, because I didn't know when you said you didn't have no good parts. I'm like, hold on. Yeah, no good parts, Kai.
No. What I said, I took the parts from people that I knew, like I saw how their children are raised, and I saw how their children grew up. I took parts from them, and then I took some parts from my childhood, how I was raised, because I agreed with that, and I combined it all together.
And made a plan, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now when you was with your husband, whatever. Now, did he have different parenting? How he raised how he was raised to raise your daughter? Or was it,
I wasn't with him long enough, but yes.
Oh, okay.
When my daughter was like 3 months, he took off the belt and spanked her with the tip of it because I don't even know what she did.
3 months.
And he said she needs to. He spanked her. He spanked her with the tip of it on her hand, and she started crying. And I had to calm down because I was like, if you ever hit my child again, and I was just
3 months. Yeah, 3 months.
His thing was, and he told me that she needs to get used to the belt. That was his thing. I said she doesn't even know English yet.
See, now you know how he was raised. Yeah.
No, that's the thing. He wasn't raised like that. He is such a spoiled, entitled. Yes.
Wow.
He was not raised like that. He is the only child, and he is very spoiled, and he's such a brat. So I don't know where he got that from.
He must have getting advice from. I don't know. That's strange.
No, but I had to definitely tell him, if you touch my child again, I'll probably kill you.
Wow.
And then, that's when he was like, it's my child too. No. Not when you're spanking her at 3 months. It's not.
Of course
my
he's
kid.
Say that. Of course he's going to say that. Yeah. That's like my ex, right? Slapped my daughter. And I was like, I had to catch myself.
Slapped her?
Well, she was 12. He mouthed back she mouthed back at her in the supermarket, whatever. And you don't do that. Like I raise my kids, you never, in the public, you talk back, no. If you talk while we're talking to somebody, that's no. Stay in your place. But I guess she was at a market, and my ex slapped it, and my ex got a short temper than I way than I did. Her trigger is quick. Mine take a long time, but she smacked it. And I was like, and she came home. It was like a red mark on her face. I'm like, wow. I said, what happened? I was like, okay. And I was like, I wanted to say something to her so fast, and no, I let it go because she knew when she was out that she shouldn't be talking back to her mom regardless. But mom was right or wrong. You don't talk back. No, you got your mother lashing.
Well, but you believe that if the child talked back to the mom in public, that your wife shouldn't have disciplined her in public? Is that what you were saying?
No, I say shouldn't have. My daughter should have talked back to get that punishment. But the thing is, she shouldn't have talked back. But I wouldn't have hit her. I would have hit her. Because I had to throw in a punishment. But I wouldn't have hit her. My ex-wife, she hits quick, and a girl talks like it's like a girl standing up to you.
But that's what it's supposed to be. She's right. You smack. Well, I don't agree with smacking in the face, but you smack. I would have probably pinched the mess out of my daughter's arm or something like that.
Exactly. That's why I got heated.
Yeah, and then
if
we need to have a conversation, then we have a conversation. But I'm not slapping in the face. No, that's not happening.
Well. And then I had to hold my tongue because I didn't want to. When she came home, I didn't want to. Cause I knew it would be like an argument, so I let it go because I didn't want to say, oh, you know what, don't chastise it like that. But then again, as we're going against what we say when you go in public with the parents, so she'll tell me, well, why you going to tell me how to chastise our daughter, but you told our daughter not to act up in public with us? So I can't say that because we both had different ways to chastise our daughter, our kids. So that's why I held my tongue, because it would have been a serious argument. I know it would have been. That's why, it was hard for me to do that, but I held my tongue, walked away. You got to walk away. Guys, you walk away sometimes. When you're in the wrong, just walk away because it gets heated.
But how and we're straying way far away from the topic. But my question is, how difficult is it for a couple to raise children together when they have two completely different views on raising children?
Because before we had kids, me and my ex, we said that we had a plan. And it's just like I know her background, how she was raised, and she knew my background, how I was raised. So it's just like we wouldn't cross each other as far as if I chastised my son or daughter, she wouldn't go behind me and say, you know what, hard on you, let me just. She couldn't do that, and I couldn't do that with her either. So we had to have some kind of plan,
So so like when she did something horrendous, like slapping your kid in the face, you never had a conversation like behind the scenes about that with her?
Well, if it was behind the scenes, it'd have been like a week, a couple of months away. It wouldn't be the same in that first moment of the same day. I had to because I know my ex, she argue a lot. She like to argue, so I had to make it like a week week down the line, you know, I'll say, by the way, you know, remember you was out with our daughter and, you know, whatever, blase, you slapped it. Because if I said at that moment, even in that week's time, and at that time, that period, she'd have snapped. And then it was a whole argument. Then, knowing women would have went back into the past. Within that time, I was like, oh, my God, that's why I know. I held my tongue and let it go. That's what it was. Exactly, because I had held my tongue a lot of times, many a days, yes. Because I don't like arguing.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not arguing, but at the same time, you're not slapping my kid. That's just not happening. And I'm going to tell you that's not happening, and that's just the end of that. Well, just like I told my ex, if you ever hit my child again, I'm going to kill you. That's it. We didn't argue. That was the end of the conversation. He said, I thought it was my child, and I said, well, you thought wrong, and that was the end of the conversation.
Well, I can't see hitting a son that she got used to adult at, what, she said 2 months, 3 months? I can't see that.
3 months, yes.
3 months. I can't see that. I'd be like, wow. I couldn't see that myself. Yeah, but not getting back off the topic, though. Yeah, but that's how it.
Freaking crazy. But guess who joined us? Logic, you weren't supposed to be on. You were sick, so why are you here?
Why is he here?
Logic.
Calling. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Because women was listening and said Logic ain't on here, so we can just throw in some crazy questions. That's what it was. Logic. They say Logic ain't here to offend the women. That they go get the women.
Nah,
They like, okay, Logic ain't here. He's a free fall. Throw this question in. What? Come on.
Logic's not here. That's right. Me too. Hashtag me too. Let's talk about feminism.
Yeah, they would, man. Logic got a target.
Nah, I woke up and I figured I'd call in and see what y'all talking about.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, we're going to be talking about if a woman can really trap a man and some other relationship questions. But we started off, I don't even know what we started off on, and we just went off into a tangent.
It was from the bullying to the gun laws to the to the kids these days, right, and to the parenting. Yeah, that's the line we went on.
Yeah, basically.
So
let me ask you something, Logic, since the last topic we talked about was raising children. If your daughter, your 12-year-old daughter, had talked back to your wife in public and your wife slapped her in her face, would you have been okay with that? Or how would you have dealt with that? Would you have held your tongue, or what would you have done?
It depends on what the talk back was. Like, because talk back can be just a response. So it just depends what she said. I mean, because either way, I don't think the kids should be talking back, but everything doesn't warrant a slap in the face. A slap in the face is pretty severe. So
I think so.
It depends on what she said. Now if it was something disrespectful, like she, came at my wife's neck.
It was a raise a voice thing. My ex and my daughter raised her voice in the store at her because I guess she couldn't get certain things, but she raised her voice. And my ex is very heated and short-tempered, and she sees a 12-year-old raise her voice at you in the store, and it just happens. That's how it happens. She just bam, smacked her. That's a disrespect.
Well, me, I've never been a hit you in the face type person. They punch you in the face or slap you in the face when it comes to discipline. But yeah, you definitely need to check that one hard.
That's what I'm saying, right?
It has to be severe. You have to check that.
But in my case,
I agree. However, I don't think she should have slapped her in the face. I don't agree with slapping anybody in the face, really.
It at that moment, the shock and everything, and you figure you in public, and she just, even though I didn't agree with it, but I couldn't tell her that, because if I told her, like I was telling Kai, if I told her that, it'd have been like a big argument of she would have brought us up for the past. So I had let it slide for like almost like a month, and then bring it up in like a conversation, like, you just say something, and then she wouldn't be that heated at that moment, because she can get heated and bring something back in the past, like, crazy stuff, and that's how women are. So I held my tongue. Even though I disagreed with her slapping, But that's how at that moment she was like in public and she was shocked and said, "What?" and smashed. And my daughter didn't cry. She you get the tears in your eyes. You almost want to cry. You didn't cry. That would happen. She didn't cry. She just held down like, dang. And I was like, I would cry. But yeah, but she didn't cry.
Oh man, I remember the last time my mom whooped me. I was a teenager and I refused to cry, and my mom beat me till I cried. My mom beat me till I cried.
At that point, it's not about the discipline now. It's like you're taking it personal. You know, like, oh, you're not going to cry. Like, it's not. That's not what you should
true.
be
That's personal.
Disciplining your kid about. It shouldn't be dominant. You know, it shouldn't be you're going to react the way that I think you should. It should be a point to the discipline, not she's not crying, so I'm gonna go harder. No. That's the wrong way to go.
And that's those kids that grow up to be, I think, to be like mentally unbalanced because you get. Well, then again, Kai, that would happen to you, Kai.
What you say?
That would happen to you, Kai. You got beat. You didn't cry. Have you said?
No, like I said, the last time I got beat, I refused to cry, and so she kept beating me till I cried.
Oh, you did cry eventually. Okay, because some kids, they get beat, they don't cry, they get beat. That's the one, grow up to being like excited. Their psychological is like really messed up, and that's the one that snap on, and the quiet ones that snap on you, Mm-hmm.
No, I cried. Okay. I cried silently. It was just tears running down my eyes. I was just so mad. My anger outweighed the pain.
A lot of kids, right though. That's like that's a whole different level. It won't be no more beating no more. It'd be something different then, Because the parent should be thinking like, why am I beating her and she ain't saying nothing, she ain't crying? Like, let me just stop this.
No, I know because my mom wouldn't ever think that I would do something to her because I wouldn't. I'm not that crazy. I was just talking to somebody the other day about hitting my mom. Like, I wouldn't even think about
your mom?
the thought of thinking about considering hitting my mom. I wouldn't do that. It would have to be something like my mom is punching my daughter or something. And even then I would just push her out of the way. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'd just push her. I still wouldn't hit my mom. I couldn't see hitting my mother.
Now my dad, that's a different story. But it's just like,
Dang.
But it's just, yeah. That's a whole different story. Yeah, anyway.
Now, is it about him being a man, or is it just you just don't like your dad?
No, I like him. I love him. Just like just the stuff you grow up and you see and it stays with you, and it's constantly the same thing, and there's nothing changed. It just and you look at him. When I was growing up, I said, okay, it's like a role model. You don't see. I didn't see that when I was 10, 11 years old. I didn't see that. I'm like, damn. It's like now I'm 50-something years old. I'm looking like this, wow. I mean, we're still cool and everything. I just don't see it. Like, wow. I'm like, what did you do in life? That kind of thing. What did you accomplish? I still don't see it.
Wow, that's sad.
And I told my mom that all the time. I said, I love him, but I don't see his accomplishments in life. He don't have that. He don't have a business mind. He don't have an entrepreneurship, anything. I just don't understand it.
But okay, so he didn't accomplish anything according to what you think he should have accomplished, but do you still have respect for him? Because, maybe monetarily he didn't accomplish, but he still was there and raised you.
Anyway, I still respect him with all that. Whatever. I still respect him. I still love him. Just like, you could have did better, but it is what it is. Everybody has their path in life. Then again, that's like give him the easy way out. He could have been more, Anyway, we talk about grinding today. We grind. His grind was totally different. But he grind, but it was just like, it wasn't grinding hard enough for me. But he always look at me and always ask that question saying like, why are you doing this? And, why are you taking this path? And I had to explain to him. His mind is basically 1940s, 1950s, it's that kind of mind. You can't talk to somebody like that about now and the technology and stuff like that. It's just amazing. Like, anything in life, just like it goes back to 1950s, 1940s. Or back in the day, I used to. It's not back in the day. He always thought that conversation was back in the day, I used to. I'm like, oh my God, really? There's no back in the day. I wasn't even born like that far back in the day. How would I know? So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I get it.
That kind of thing. It's like I get it. Back in the day, we used to. Oh my God! Back in the day, we used to. Yeah. Whatever.
I'm sorry. I'm that kind of person who tells my daughter back in the day when she starts complaining about, you know, how slow the internet is. Back in the day, we didn't have internet. No, because my thing is, I'll say back in the day we didn't have internet. Be thankful for what you have. That's what I'll tell her. Stuff like that. You know, be thankful that you have you know what a cell phone is. Be thankful that you have 3 computers in your house. I had 1 computer with 4 children. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff that I'll tell her. But not to to compare or whatever. But it's like more be thankful for what you have.
Yeah, he does that. Yeah.
So anyways, today's question, even though we spent like 45 minutes talking about everything else, today's question is, can a woman really trap a man? And I've heard that so many times that a woman has trapped a man in a relationship, or, you know, even my ex-husband was trying to claim that me, now y'all know me, was trying to claim that me was trying to trap him. And I was like, yeah.
Was you trying to trap him? I mean, you got to be honest. Was you trying to trap him?
Well, okay, then my question is the same question I asked him and his grandmother. For what? What did he have? I'm the one who had the monny. What was I trapping him for? His boyishly good looks?
Well,
I look good. So what would I trap him for?
Was he the only child? He's the only child, right? Okay, so he said he was spoiled and privileged, whatever. So, I mean, obviously, he's something. So, I don't know.
No, he was spoiled and privileged with okay, I come from and this is gonna sound wait. This is gonna sound dickish. I come from a middle class family. He doesn't. So I'm gonna put it that way. If anybody was trying to trap anybody, it would be him trying to trap me. So again, that was my question to him and his family. What would I gain from trapping him, quote unquote? And I had way better dudes, better looking dudes in better situations trying to holler at me at the time that I was with him. So why didn't I just go with them and then just have money and have a good looking guy and be trapped with them?
So he did the second part of the question that you just asked us before the question of the on the panel. So he trapped you then.
Maybe he was trying to. Who knows? I don't know.
No,
but I'm saying my thing is.
No. Go ahead.
He didn't trap me. I ain't there. Ain't nobody keeping me nowhere I don't want to be.
No.
I'm the one who made the mistake and stayed with him.
But, did you?
Okay. What?
No. You said, can a guy trap a female? Can a female trap a guy? So he trapped you. You don't see it. At that short moment of time,
I guess.
You don't see, huh?
Shut up, Logic. What are you trying to say?
No, at that short moment.
I was just listening. It's very interesting.
At that short amount of time, the guy trapped you because you had all the money, whatever. He trapped you. You don't see it. You had to see that. You had to see it.
I won't say I had all this money, but I was the one. Like I made the most money for the majority of the relationship.
That's not what he's debating. He's saying if you had this money and you had the situation and you had all this stuff, who trapped who? It sounds like he trapped you.
Exactly.
Well, screw you all. How about that?
Well, okay. Whatever. I mean,
I understand where you're coming from, and I hear what you're saying. Yeah, and I guess I have to swallow my pride, and I would say, I guess.
Yes, you do.
But that's kind of like
you can admit it.
That's kind of heart wrenching to finally see that that's what happened.
See,
that's kind of
the same thing happened to me too. It's the same thing happened to me. Yeah.
Old Slick Willie.
I never thought about it that way. That's really sad.
Trapped a woman from the middle class.
That's really sad.
She ain't even see it coming.
Middle class. See, exactly. See, I told you.
Came to the hood, wanted to play around, and got. Ain't that something?
Now was he a friend at first? Was he a friend at first, guy?
Was he a what? A fling?
What was a friend? That friend at first?
Oh, a friend? No, it was never a friendship thing.
Really? Wow. So
no.
Oh, damn.
No, once I take you as my friend, you always remain my friend.
So it was strictly business, huh?
Strictly game. He had game then. He got game.
From the beginning, it was strictly business.
and you say he didn't look that good. That's your other friends. Oh, so what's going on? You got.
So ugly dude from around the way.
I didn't say he was ugly. I didn't say he was ugly, but yes, from around the way.
You didn't say he was. You didn't say he was good looking either. So what's
friends?
He's not ugly, but there are definitely way better looking people than him.
You said your friends are way
like
better.
I said, so the ugly dude from around the way was able to hustle you.
Would I deal with an ugly dude?
Ain't that something? See, but that ain't what you were saying before. So now you're switching it up. So now he's a good-looking guy now.
No, he is not ugly, but he's not as good-looking as I thought he was when I got with him. But again, I noticed that when I first
sounds like
let me explain myself. Let me explain myself. Okay, so when I first remember seeing him, I thought he wasn't good-looking, and then I think after so many things, and then you got used to him. Then he turned, he looked good looking. I think he just got used to the face.
So he wasn't good looking, and then he became good looking.
He wasn't my type when I first saw him, and I really didn't think he was cute when I first saw him.
What?
Was there any?
But I think you just get used to him
in play when this change happened.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm not Char.
Just checking.
So
there's no alcohol in it. No, I think it was more I was lonely. It's not he had game, because even that was corny. Because he kept telling a joke, and it was like he kept telling a joke, and it was like corny, and it was like really. It was like really corny. So it's not even the game. I think I was just lonely at the time. That's really it.
What?
Lonely girl.
So he said, no, and then again, he said the right words. He kicked game to you. Come on, really? Lonely girl. See, I'm a man. I can tell you just what he did. I can tell you. No. You was lonely.
You know what happened.
Yeah.
Saw a lonely girl from the middle class. She coming around.
Well, how the hell would he know? I'm just walking. How would he be like, oh, she's lonely and from the middle class?
Because you listen, you can tell when somebody is from around the way, and when they're a visitor, you can tell.
Yep.
Hold on, we have a caller, so let's bring this caller on. Caller ending in 9313. You're on the air.
Yeah, good evening to you guys. I'm a first-time caller, and I wanted to I tune into your show every week, so congratulations to all of you for that. And
thank you.
I wanted to answer your question. The woman traps a man. The answer is yes, because it has been going on for many centuries in different cultures. And what?
Oh, you sound Indian. Are you Indian?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So why I say different cultures, because whether it was Helen of Troy or whether it was in the Egyptian culture or whether it was in the Indian culture, there were three things that men had did, whether they when they conquered the world, whether they bought the land, they got money, or they fought for women. So to answer your question.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
So, so women, yes, they do trap men. So,
but so let me ask you this question, caller. Let me ask you this question, because it's a known fact that, women do trap men. Like you said, it's all through history. Can men trap women?
I think it can go both ways.
Yeah, definitely. Have you ever seen an instance where a man trapped a woman?
Not in my case, but I do know people who went through that.
Well, how does a man trap a woman, and what device does he use to trap women?
I don't know, maybe like money or getting gifts.
Well, but isn't that really a choice on her part? Like, if he has money and she likes the fact that he has money, isn't she making a choice that I'm going to stay with this guy because he has money? That's not really a trap.
Well, see,
She's
that's the thing. I guess it depends on the situation. I mean, if she's doing it for fun, yeah, then it's her choice. But if intentionally the guy like traps her and she's unaware of it, so that's what I'm saying. It really depends on the situation and how you look at it and what angle you look at it.
I agree, and I'm going to compound on that, but I have your back, caller. I got your back. I'm going to get logic for you.
Really?
But thank you so much for calling in, and thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, you guys are great. You have wonderful chemistry.
Really?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Have a lovely evening.
All right, I'm going to put you back to
You
too. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
All right, so what I'm going to say to compound on what she was saying, Logic, it is a choice. It is a choice, but a man can trap a woman with money because he can tell her something like, you know, you don't have to work, or, you know, you go to school or whatever, in which she doesn't have to work. And she's trusting this guy, and then lo and behold, next thing you know, if she definitely wants to leave, she has no money to her name, she has no options, she's been going to school or taking care of the kids or whatever they set up like in the beginning of the relationship that she didn't have to work. And then when she decides she doesn't want to be in this relationship because maybe he's abusive, maybe, you know, they grew apart or whatever, she can't leave because he's been making all the money and he hasn't been giving her money, hasn't been giving her an opportunity to make money, and everything's probably in his name, then she's trapped. You don't agree?
Yeah, that's called a prisoner.
No, fair enough. I can see that.
Yeah, that's insane.
So yeah, there's certainly ways men can trap women. I don't think they can trap them with pregnancy because in this, you know, they could be like, oops, but the woman can still make the choice to go have an abortion.
Wow.
But in terms of money and keeping them trapped that way, then that can definitely happen.
Okay. Yeah.
Or in my instance, playing on loneliness, or if a girl is insecure, you play on that insecurity.
You know what? But see, that's the thing. Like, you girls really don't understand how some men have it down to a science where they can spot a girl and just look at the way, her demeanor, and tell this girl's an airhead. You know, all I got to do is just tell her anything that she wants to hear, and she's so naive. And they'll drop little testers out there, like they'll say, "Oh yeah, I'm the communications director for Comcast," and some girl will be like, "Communications director? What are you?" You know, they'll immediately like, "What?" But then some girls will be like, "Oh, really? What's that like?" So now he realizes she is gullible, and I can ratchet this up very slowly, and to the point where she's completely in the woods to who he really is and what he's really about. And he could be a bum, just some dude that has nice clothes and knows where to hang out to run into professional women, but he could be a complete charlatan. But, you know, because a lot of women aren't taught.
I really thought you said he said she could be a complete char. I was like, what? I'm sorry, Char, if you're listening.
Good Lord.
Oh, Jesus. You call up. I heard that Logic. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm gonna blame you.
No, you're gonna let me speak.
Every time she gets insulted, it's my voice.
It's always Logic. I know Logic said it. I said no, that was me. You don't know.
I'm like, after 4 years, you don't know Logic's voice? Good God.
I know, that's crazy.
But and I think the listener actually brought up a good point as well. If you see the 3 things that men fight over, and one of them definitely is women. We're horrible.
Is what?
Is what?
Oh my God! No, I was saying we're horrible.
Yeah, we know that.
Like seriously, and I wonder if any other female listeners. Well, I want to ask this question to the female listeners. If you have 2 dudes fighting over you or trying to one-up each other over you, does that make you feel good, or does that make... And be honest.
Why are you even asking that question?
I know.
I just want to know. No.
You already know the answer.
You can.
Women love attention. That's easy. Say yes.
You can send in your text at 484-840-3627. At 484-840-3627. Or you can call in at what's our number? 607.
They will all call in at one time.
607-203-5378. 607-203-5378. I just want you to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
please
obviously we're going to judge you because we're no contact radio. But do you? If two guys are fighting over you and they're trying to one up each other over you, is that going to make you feel good? So I can honestly say. Yes, it would make me feel good. I mean, later on when I grew older and thought about it, I'll feel like a piece of trash. But at the time, it's going to make me feel good.
if there you go. If a woman
here's one listener. No. Here's one listener. Of course, women love attention. So, thank you for being honest.
Yeah, if a woman could get two men fighting over them that kind of way without sleeping with them, man, woman be in heaven. They'd be in heaven because they get all kinds of gifts. Oh, my God. Really?
I mean, get the benefits without the work. That sounds like a pretty good gig to me.
All right, you see all smiles right now. You see that?
I'm just saying, all the benefits. Like I can get gifts. I can get whatever gifts I want. I don't have to do anything. I just gotta giggle.
Two women fighting over a guy.
Yeah, you're so funny.
A woman to drop out, give a man an ultimatum. Which one you gonna pick, me or her?
Oh yeah, two women are not gonna fight over a guy. Definitely, one of them is gonna be like, you know what? Screw this.
One of us.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I would be that woman to drop out first. Cause I'd be like, look,
you see?
There's 2 billion guys on this earth. Whatever. The only reason I could say I would fight. The only reason I would say I would fight, it wouldn't even be over the guy. It would just be because I want to fight. That's really it.
See? You see what I'm saying? Damn. Not even about the guy. That's the boy, I tell you.
It sure wouldn't be. It's just because I want to fight. That's it.
And they still want people to die. Until you pick me, I ain't picking with you. Like, what? It's crazy. We don't want
I'm just telling you how it is.
We already know. Trust me.
So, logic. Since I gave my example of a guy trapping a woman, and you're a guy, but you're a man's man, I want to hear your example of a guy trapping a woman.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I'm not saying that you would trap a woman. I'm not saying that that's not your personality at all.
Example. I mean,
you've never seen any of your boys trap a woman or try and trap a woman?
No, the guys that I knew growing up, they're predators. They constantly are making, kill shots at these chicks, and then it's not about trapping at all. They're trying to milk the cow and get away before the cow realizes it got milked. Like there's no trap involved.
Damn.
It's the total antithesis to what all of the guys that I knew growing up they were into. I've never known a dude that's like, I gotta get this girl hook or crook. Like, no, not for the reason of wanting her for the rest of his life. It's I need to get them buns. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that real quick. But it's never been. I want her and I to walk all in the rest of our lives together because never in the everest of evers, ever, never.
Unless he was like
the worst dude I knew was this guy named Pablo. He was from Spain. This guy, he owned 5 different pairs of leather pants. Was the only dude that I knew that didn't look gay in him. But he was a murderer with these chicks. It was crazy. The funniest thing ever.
Well, he had like a heavy Spanish accent or something?
No, but he would turn it on in order to get these chicks. Like he would go up and have a very thick Spanish accent, like like that. You're so beautiful, and they walk away. He'd be like, "Oh, Chris, I'm telling you, I've been killing it all day."
That's savagery.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
And what would happen if he actually got with one of these girls that he was trying to talk to? Then he would have to admit that he didn't have a heavy accent?
No. Why would they question it? Why would they question it? Can you not hear me?
I'd be like, where'd your accent go?
You said what?
I would be like, where'd your accent go? I'd be like, babe, where'd your accent go? You had a heavy accent when we first started talking. Where'd it go?
That would be in a situation where if a girl had kind of surprised him or just come up with him and he didn't see it, which to my knowledge never happened. But you're not understanding. Once a woman's nose is open for a dude, he can do anything. It doesn't like he can literally be coming out of a hotel room or something with a girl, and if he has her nostrils open wide enough, he can tell her we were just talking, and she was upset about this, and she just didn't want to talk about it in public, so she had this room and just wanted to discuss it privately, and she will
believe
credence
it
to that explanation and say, "Oh, well, I was just so worried. I just thought, why would you think that? No, I love you." And that's it. That's
where Kaizak comes out of nowhere and slaps the crap out of her.
Well, again, like I said, if her nose is open, she will do battle with her friends and family about that guy until it burns its course. And once that heat comes down, then she'll start to be able to look at things like, this dude is a scumbag. What have I been doing all the time? And that's when it'll start cooling down. But the only thing that can lengthen that is fame. Not even money, because money wears off too. Where a girl will be like, oh, I can't take this guy. He has money, but I just can't. Fame will prolong that, that process. If somebody is famous, because something with women say something about men where, to see these men, competing over women is ridiculous. But when women know that their man is in high demand with these chicks, they get very territorial. They don't want to give this dude up to the rest of these broads out here. So, again,
that's the funny thing. That's the funny thing. We just talked about that last week, where you said if I had a good-looking, successful dude and he had a twin or somebody to look close to him or something like that, and my cousins came in and started dressing their dude like him and stuff. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, because in that aspect, what you were trying to say didn't make any sense. Like, she's trying to steal my man. No, she has her own man. But you are so territorial over your dude, you want to own his look. You don't want anybody else to even look like him or act like him. That's how territorial you are.
See, you don't get it. That's not me trying to own his look. That's somebody who's trying to basically take my man. You want to have my guy. That's why you're trying to get your guy to look like my guy.
No.
You don't get it.
It's like a car. If somebody liked your car and decided that they were going to make their car look as much as possible like your car, is it creepy? Like, yeah, it is, that you're not original enough to come up with your own thing, but they're not trying to take your car. They have their own car, and they're trying to make their car look like your car. It's the same thing with the dude. They're not taking your man. There's a lot of women out there. Listen, there's a lot of women out there that will actually try to take your man. Like, they don't even think, I'll find another dude that's successful or hits the gym to get the same physique or has a good fashion sense. They will look at you and say, what's his name? Steve? Yeah, I think I'll have Steve. I'm going to take Steve from her. And everything that I do from now on is going to be to undermine this chick, make her look crazy, find some way to get into Steve's ear like, oh, God, you can't. Can't you? Don't you think Jessica's crazy? Why is she acting like that? I just couldn't believe it. And then that's their whole thing, to try to break that up. And there's a lot of ways women do that, because they can come in a Trojan horse as your friend and then say, Steve's not going to take off from work in order to help you do. Oh, God, I can't believe that you would even put up with that. You know, if I had a man that didn't help me and I blah, blah, and they will get that girl, she's goofy enough to start thinking that her man ain't shit. And then she'll be arguing with him. They'll break up, and then here she comes, Helen of Troy. Like, hey, listen, I don't know what's wrong with Jessica. You're a great guy. Why don't you come over this way, Steven?
Yeah. That's crazy.
The next thing you know, they're not talking, and they hate each other. But she has her man now, and she's building her family, so what does she care?
That's really trifling.
Well,
that's
happens.
That's really trifling.
I know these, well, not know, but I used to work with this girl. She didn't talk to her cousin for 13 years because her cousin did that to her years ago.
Had a man.
Had forced a wedge in between her and a man, and then let like a year go by, and then she so-called accidentally bumped into him at like Ocean City or something. They exchanged numbers, and we're together ever since.
That's supposed to be an off-limits thing, man. Any, like your boy girl or your ex, that's off-limits. You don't do that. That's crazy.
You should have a code. But, you know, especially when it's family. Friends, if you look, you know, if you're not friends anymore, it's whatever. It's anybody's.
Well, family,
definitely, But family is
I see on Thanksgiving holidays, like what the?
So if you had a boy that y'all were best friends, right? And I don't know, he was with this girl, and then I guess years later y'all stopped being friends. Then the girl is on the market for you to be with her just because y'all aren't friends anymore.
Well, if we're not friends because we're not friendly with each other anymore, then it's whatever. But if our friendship just kind of staled out, then no, I'm still gonna respect that boundary. But if there was a problem between us where I'm basically don't like them, just something happened, then I don't care. I don't have any loyalty to you anymore. We're not cool like that.
Interesting.
But you have people that their friendships break because they ended up doing something like that. Where in this day and age, people try to act like it's not a big deal. Like, oh, y'all gonna stop being friends over a broad. It's not because of the girl. It's because of the implication of like, okay, so you just gonna go ahead and coach a woman that I was with? Like, what is that? That says a lot about your character.
Yeah, because you be scooping my woman when I was with her. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yep.
Exactly.
Crazy.
But you know what, though? My question would be, who is that a higher ratio with? I would think women would be in a lot more of a fierce competition because it's harder to find a dude that wants to build something for the future. That is a respectable guy. Most dudes out here are just trying to get in where they fit in. But to find a guy that is like, I want to build it forever with somebody. Isn't that more rare? I mean, wouldn't that be?
Yeah, it's rare. It's rare. I think it's rare because me being of age, I think it's rare.
From a woman's perspective, Kai, is it harder to find a dude that wants to build a future? Or is that just everywhere you go? Because, we know how you get down. You're a pimp. So, of all the dudes that falling to their knees.
So.
Yeah, so all of the dudes that's falling at their knees to try to, propose to you, what do you find is the average quality of these dudes?
Well, I'm going to speak for everybody else because I don't have a problem finding guys. That's not an issue with me. I'm not trying to sound like an asshole either. I don't. I said I wasn't trying to sound like an asshole. I don't have a problem finding guys. It's more I personally don't want to be with somebody. So,
It's not. But, that wasn't my question. My question is,
well, let me answer. But it is hard to find a good guy who you can trust, to not cheat on you, to not leave you if something supposedly better comes around, that definitely is difficult to come by. But to find somebody to propose to you, nah, that's not hard at all. To find somebody worthwhile.
The amount of men that cheat, is the ratio really that high?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yes. And I have guy friends, so yes. And you have guy friends, but you should know this. Yes, the ratio is freaking crazy high.
But see, the difference is I know that they're scumbags, so it doesn't shock me when they're out doing what they do. I know who they are. I see how they move, and if their women were being logical, they would be able to kind of say, this dude's out here playing. Because you could tell, if a dude meets you at a club and he had a line, and that line worked, and within 2 or 3 dates, y'all were stripping the bare back, you can't think that this is a dude he's a world builder. This dude is hunting. He's hunting, and you were the latest prey. You cannot possibly think that this is the story you're going to tell your grandkids. This guy, you know what this guy is. You know, so for women to act like, I can't believe, it's always funny to me. I probably shouldn't laugh, but it's funny because it's literally like somebody jumping into a bear pit and then crying because they got mauled. It's like that. You didn't see the signs? You didn't see the crossbone and skull saying, yeah, there's danger over here. This dude met you in the club with some, linen pants on and, some Paul Evans boots. Like, yeah, what's going on, baby? Are you serious? What did you think was going to happen? That they were going to start picking out large appliances? You know who this guy is. Stop it.
Well, I mean, from what okay. In this day and age, the percentage of guys that cheat are high. However, the percentage of women that cheat are just as high as well. So you can't really just look. You can't really just look at guys like they're scumbags. Everybody cheats nowadays. So
yeah.
That I know, but it's just
even to answer your question on the flip side, I'm not even a girl looking for a girl, but I know it's hard to find a woman of good quality, who's not going to be using you for your money, who's not going to be taking you for granted, who's not going to leave you at the first sign of trouble, or who's not going to leave you when somebody else or when something better, quote unquote, better comes around. You know what I'm saying? And who's not going to cheat on you. In this day and age, just finding a person of good quality is very difficult.
Yep.
Very difficult. And now with these new children coming up, woo! Oh my gosh, that's going to be a diamond in the rough with these new children coming up.
That's work.
So, yeah, I feel I'm gonna have to help my daughter find a husband.
I'm going through that. I'm going through that now. It's work.
I want to get to one question that I wanted to ask from a listener. And the reason I want to get to this question, we have 10 minutes left, but the reason I want to get to this question is because I feel, and I don't normally feel like this about our listeners who ask questions, but I feel like I want to backhand this person. I really do.
Oh, God.
But here's the question. I have to clear my throat for this one. And y'all may want to sit down and have a stiff one. And I didn't mean it like that. I meant a drink.
Oh, my God.
I was thinking drink. I was thinking drink. I don't know who you think you're talking to. I don't know who you think. Char.
Okay, so here's the question. I've been married for 16 years. But I'm in love with a man I've been dating for 2 years. The man I've been dating isn't as well established. The man I've been dating isn't as well established as my husband. So my question is, should I follow my heart or should I stay with my husband?
God, you
heart.
Idiot. Heart.
She has one.
I thought that's like heart. Follow your heart. 16 years. And this man has tried to build a family.
Just so I can understand. So her quandary is she wants to know whether or not she should surrender to love, even though she's been a parasitic creature to the dude that has decided to be responsible for her. That's her.
Wow.
That's her conundrum.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, in a nutshell.
Hit by a truck.
That's crazy. About her heart. So 16 years she's unhappy. Okay, please.
I mean, maybe she's been happy for 14 of those years, and she just happened to find.
I'll give her this advice. Whatever dude is okay with the fact that you're in a relationship, and he's gonna get you whenever he can, whatever time you can break away from your husband. That dude doesn't respect you. He doesn't care about you, and there is no future. Whatever love you think is there, again, you're stupid because you should have saw the signs of who he was. You're dumb, whoever you are. You're dumb.
So you think that this woman, you think this woman just stayed with this guy for 16 years only because of his bank account?
Well, who knows?
Well,
I mean,
she's actively dating a dude for 2 years. So which means the only thing that her marriage is serving is security. And she just said not as well established, which we all know in chick language, that means money. It's not about well established, whether or not he is psychologically intact and secure with him. She ain't talking about that. She doesn't care about his personal faculties. She's talking about the money in the aspect of the comfort level that she has living life. This other guy can't provide it. So more than likely, she's with a dude that has money, and he's working a lot because he's trying to provide this life for this war. And then she's going across town banging this bum who has unemployed dick that he can give her. And we all said it before. Unemployed dick is always going to be better. Because he doesn't have anything else to do except bang you. Doesn't have any other worries like your future or how you're going to be taken care of if something happens to you. He's not thinking about you anything further than after he squirts. That's it. That's the furthest that you'll get in his thought process. Where this other guy is thinking about you. Now, and I'm not going to the max for this dude because this dude's a big comeback for all we know. But usually when a dude is providing an opulent lifestyle, he's not working because he just loves to work a lot. He's doing that because he's trying to maintain a certain level of comfort.
Yeah, for her.
So this dude is doing all the work, and she's giving all of the cream to some other guy.
That's crazy.
That I was about to say that same thing, BJ. And one of our listeners said, right, the sex is just better. She's dumb as rocks.
That's great.
Yeah, so I wanted to get that question out there. we have the same listener. Hold on, listener.
Hello?
And then in 9313, you're on the air.
Yes. Good evening. I'm Mrs. Gupta from Cherry Hill. I was listening your program, and I was thinking. It is much more wiser if you stay with your husband because it's a long-time commitment, and if you leave your husband, your family will ruin, children and other things. And second thing if you
does she have kids?
Pardon me?
Is there kids involved with this person? Did they say that or not?
She didn't say that, no. And caller, what were you going to say the second thing is?
And second thing is, if you stay with the other guy, if you love him, maybe after some time he can go to another woman, you don't know. You are not certain about that.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And she brought up a good point with kids because I didn't even think about the children.
Yeah. There might be kids involved.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And
okay, so caller, what else did you have to say? Go
ahead. Pardon me?
No, I was saying go ahead.
If parents are divorced, are separated, most of the pain goes to the children.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. And see, thank you for that, caller. The thing is, adults don't think about that when they're doing these things. They're only thinking about themselves when they're breaking up a home. So you're absolutely right. I want to thank you so much for calling in with that. You're absolutely right.
Because I'm married for 50 years.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Good woman.
Good woman. Jesus.
Yes, very much so. We have to give her a round of applause. Good job being married that long.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
We applaud you. Thank you. Thanks for calling in.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yo, think about that, yo.
Man,
she
brought up a lot of good points.
Would you stick with the same gym membership for 48 years? Like, can you imagine the amount of commitment that requires?
50 years.
Of
like
somebody
been on Earth.
And then you're talking about a person. So you're committing to a person. So you have to commit to when you met them, who they said they were going to be, then finding out who they actually are, and then walking through that metamorphosis with a person as they change over 5 decades. Like, imagine how much you change from 20 to 30.
But see, that's what a real marriage is. A real marriage isn't what they show you on TV. Like, oh, yeah, we got married happily ever after. Everything always worked out. No, a real marriage is dealing with the ups and the downs. You're dealing with two different personalities. But if you're in a committed marriage, you take divorce off the table and you work through all of your issues and you build together. That's what a real marriage is. This woman here talking about 16 years, I've been in love with somebody else for 2 years. Should I stay with my husband or not? Are you kidding me? And I hope her husband is not listening and never hears this, because I can't even imagine the pain that he's going to go through if he ever found out
that
I
hope he does.
She's on him with some guy of 2 years.
That
but come on, but listen, he's been with this woman 16 years, and his wife is talking about she's in love with somebody for 2 years. I don't want him to hear this.
Which is the reason he shouldn't give her 16 more days. If she was willing to do that to him after 16 years of commitment on his part, she was willing to walk off. No, I'm sorry. 14 years of commitment, she was willing to walk off and start dating another person from that day on. She doesn't deserve his loyalty. I don't care what the situation is. She does not deserve his loyalty. She hasn't earned that.
Well, one of our listeners messaged in, and they said he needs to know because he does think he's in a committed relationship right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, wouldn't you want to know if your bank lost your money instead of them scrambling around and trying to hurry up and get your money back before you knew it was gone? Wouldn't you want to know that happened so you know the integrity of the bank that you have your money in?
I think I just empathize with him. I feel so bad if he's listening to this. And this is, first of all, this is how he finds out. Can you imagine? Oh, God.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
At the end of the day, it's tragic for him, but it's only going to benefit her if he doesn't know. So she doesn't deserve that benefit any longer. She's a scumbag, and she needs to be with another scumbag so they can just scumbag all over each other for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Well, that's our show for today. Next week, we're going to be taking relationship questions again because we did not get through the relationship questions, all the relationship questions that came in. But I did want to get this one out there because, oh, my God, really. So we're going to be right back here next week at 6 p.m. Eastern right here on No Conduct Radio. Thank you, everyone that messaged in. We will definitely get to your relationship questions next week. And thank you for the ones who are brave enough to call in. And congratulations to that woman who's been married 50 years. Congratulations. Thank you for listening. Char will be back next week. Peace out, everyone.
Peace.
Bye con Dios.
Oh, man, we don't have the Char ending anymore. Bye, everyone. Peace from sunny Las Vegas.
Yeah.